Up the mountain, down the valley of the Lord. And in the sea, up the mountain, down the valley of the Lord. And in the sea, hallelujah, the Lord is my portion, the Lord is my king, the Lord is good forevermore.
With an estimated population density of nearly 300,000 people per square kilometer, Makina, Kenya is one of the largest slums in Africa. With little access to necessities like running water, electricity, or proper health care, the overpopulated shelters in the Kibera suburb are home to some of Kenya's poorest people. The average income is roughly $60 a year. 38% of women living in the area are HIV positive. Small clinics like this one in Makina serve as many as 150,000 people. It takes care of all their healthcare needs, from dental and surgical work to childbirth. Youth Network Community Corps, SaskTel employees, and other volunteers have partnered with the Regina Coppell Health District in an attempt to fill a 40-foot container to send to Makina. Leading the initiative is the University of Saskatchewan's own Pamela Patruka.
Makina is a small clinic. It's only a very small building, so our needs are very different and they're very specific. We're only going to need 4 or 5 beds, some mattresses, of course, blankets, sheets, those types of really basic clinic kind of supplies. So an exam room table, blood pressure monitors, things of that nature. Also, we'll be able to put together some soccer supplies. The kids have been asking for soccer uniforms and equipment has been a big demand. Some school books to help with literacy programs because they do use English as their primary language of instruction. Some beads and leatherworking stuff, sewing machines to help them to have some economy and some economic gains. And then we'll also send a crib or 2 for babies. We deliver about 70 babies a month there. So we'll have some cribs for that, linens, some clothes, shoes, kids' shoes, mostly kids' stuff. So I think that's where we're going to put a lot of focus over the next couple of years, is to sort of build that capacity there, with the intent of them being able to do it for themselves as time goes on, but get them started, get the ball rolling, so to speak. So I think we'll spend a lot of time there. It's not like anybody's getting rich or getting anything out of this other than the pleasure of knowing that the items are being recycled and reused in an environment that needs them.
Thomas James of the Apogia Network met with the team in Regina to pack the container. James explains the significant value of these donations.
The time that we take to do this is very rewarding to me personally, because we believe that we can extend our surpluses to people who need what we are not privileged, but they're not privileged of having. So I think a transfer of those things is something that I think it's a natural for us and a natural for Dr. Patruka and myself. So we feel very happy to do this. We don't get paid for it. We think it's necessary to do it, so we just do it. We know that the impact could be substantial. The medical supplies that they need are just badly needed. We're very pleased and very appreciative to the people of Saskatchewan who allow us the opportunity to take their surplus stuff and make it very valuable stuff to the people in the Caribbean and now in Africa.
This is a project that Pamela has taken on, and her goal is to get as much hospital and health equipment to Kenya as possible. I think if we send more and more of this equipment over, and it's acknowledged, and it has been by various organizations that is helping, then more and more people in Saskatchewan will realize that small donations, a hospital bed, a mattress, will make a huge difference in a country that doesn't have anything.
Also joining the team in Regina was Akinyi Odinga of the Odinga Foundation in Nairobi. She talks to us about the container's arrival.
Once the container goes to Kenya and we receive it, what's going to happen is, we clear it and then we take it to the clinic and we give the clinic what it needs, and whatever remains we take to the women's facility. At the moment we have only one women's hospital in the whole country, and it serves more the city, the Nairobi area. So the western part of Kenya, we don't really have a hospital that serves women. And so you find that whenever, we have a high case of rape at the moment, and abuse, child abuse and other things. And so you find they don't have anywhere to go. They go to the usual hospital, which is not specialized to take care of them. Then they get referred to the main hospital, but then it's too far, so they can't travel. So sort of there's nobody to serve that, sort of population at the moment.
Everywhere you go, they need an experience, they need qualifications, and we don't have that.
Student volunteers with the SaskTel Youth Network wanted to add a personal touch to the container.
We are making some SaskTel Pioneer teddy bears to include in our container that will be sent to Kenya.
And our job specifically is to trim them from the lovely ladies over there who are sewing them, and then put them inside and hand them over to the staffers.
In Kenya, you can go to school if you have a pencil. So we're just going to be around our school collecting pencils and hopefully send over as many as we can.
At Nutana, the art classes are actually creating a brand new sign. It's a wooden sign that's going to be painted for the clinic. We also have some art students creating some star blankets for the inside the clinic because the walls are very barren right now, and it's a nice way to lighten up the room and show that we do care about them and we are thinking about them when we're creating these projects.
We realize that we don't really have any idea what our cultures are about. They think that our life here is all just the OC, that everything here is perfect. We think that over there, everything is just, death and sitting in the gutters and stuff, and obviously none of that is true. It's really interesting, it's good to expand your global consciousness as much as you can, try to help out. So it's really neat, and it's cool to that they asked young people to get involved.
We don't really know much about them either, so we figured they probably don't know very much about us.
You always talk about doing things, but it's pretty fun to actually get out and do something about it.
We are also getting into research. We were in a international health conference in Ottawa, and they're saying that they want to strengthen sort of the medical, the health systems in Africa through research. So we are looking at how we can sort of do research in places like Makina to see what kind of health facility they're getting and how we can influence policy so that they get better health care. Because if they had better health care, then we wouldn't actually be worrying about taking equipment to them. We could actually look at bringing equipment and help ensuring that it's equally distributed to the, so if we had to the population. So if we had somebody sort of within the Ministry of Health, sort of, spearheading that, then it's much easier, so that it's mainstreamed into the system and that we don't have to do it in the side alongside. So we are looking into getting into research together with SaskTel and together with the European Union so that we sort of have, a better, feel of what's going on and how we can engage. So when we bring equipment, we involve the authorities as well.
My mother helps, my family all gets involved, everybody sort of chips in. It's become a really, it's part of how we do business. People phone my house all the time saying, I have this, or do you need that, or can we send this? So, I meet really neat people, and I get really good opportunities to talk to, people from different parts of Canada, different parts of the province. We've had stuff shipped to us from British Columbia, from Manitoba, from everywhere. And sometimes I don't even know how these people know we exist. They just suddenly are calling me out of the blue. We've had a vehicle given to us to use. We've had 6 ambulances. I mean, how could I say anything but say I feel very privileged that people trust us to do this on their behalf.
And we're involving the youth and sort of getting them involved. I think that's been really positive for the youth as well, but I think that there's an opportunity for us to do this, in the future with SaskTel and with the youth of the province and, to continue on sort of moving these kinds of initiatives forward, and maybe there's more containers that can go to other places that need the help.
It's been sad. There's been times that I've cried. I've left buildings crying because I think it's unfair or inhumane how some people are living and knowing what we could do that just seems so simple, but they're challenged. So I think, that as I said, that roller coaster of the happiness and the expectation, getting to a new community, there's lots of anticipation and excitement. And once you've been there a couple times, you start to realize what's really going on, and then you start over again because you have to relearn that community. When you first get there, people want to put on a very good face, but after you've been back a couple times, they can't hide the blemishes anymore. So we learn to work around that and anticipate that things will change over the course of our partnership with these communities. So I think, those things have been, that path has been quite twisted and tangled, and we've ended up in places I'd never thought that I would ever end up. But it's been wonderful. It has been wonderful.
I'm excited. At least there's somebody who cares for us outside there. And I would like to give thanks to those who've helped us. And we'll try our best. We'll try our best to make use of the things they are giving us to the best use.
I have to send my heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to those people because we have never even met before. So to do that, I think it is timely and God-sent. So if you go back, tell them we are very happy with what they have done to us. So we are willing to learn, we are willing to do anything, and we welcome them to Kenya.
That's it, Coco.